Overthinking is not what you think. Your anterior cingulate cortex in your brain, aka the air traffic controller of your emotions, is in charge of overthinking, and here's how. Overthinking is basically the same thing as skepticism. And skepticism is a trauma response. So here's how this all happens. In your brain, you have this little kind of like, I don't know, belt-shaped structure called the anterior cingulate cortex. It kind of connects the left hemisphere of your brain and the right hemisphere of your brain. It spans both, and it gets conditioned by your life experiences, and however it's conditioned by your life experiences is the lens through which it filters all of your future experiences. That's why I say it's the emotional air traffic controller of your brain. It's filtering through an emotional lens. So if you grew up the black sheep of your family, if you're a former gifted student girly, if you are a highly sensitive person, you know, basically if you were different in any way, then you grew up feeling a sense of criticism and negativity, and even like being ostracized just for being you. And your anterior cingulate cortex was taking very good notes the entire time. It's essentially a Virgo. It knows and it remembers how you were treated just for being you. And it skews your perspective of the world into a negativity bias. And there are other things that are correlated with having a negativity bias, like chronic illness, because the anterior cingulate cortex determines the intensity through which you feel all pain, emotional pain and physical pain. And then it uses that to filter every other experience you have. And I got a lot of shit, I don't know, a few months ago for saying that skepticism is a trauma response. But we wouldn't even question if we said overthinking is a trauma response, right? And here's the thing. Skepticism is the opposite of optimism. Two different sides of the spectrum. Right in the center, you have realism, okay? Optimism is a deficiency of thinking about the negative possibilities. Skepticism is placing too much weight on the negative possibilities, aka overthinking. Well, what if this happens? Well, what if that happens, you know? And it's all controlled by the anterior cingulate cortex. So if you have lived your life feeling like people don't understand you, you've been judged unfairly, anything like that, that emotional pain is the lens through which your anterior cingulate cortex is going to filter every single situation you're in. Therefore, skepticism, therefore overthinking, therefore basically keeping you kind of in like procrastination, feeling stalled out, feeling like you're not really sure what decision to make because this could go wrong, or XYZ, you know, that kind of thing. So the antidote for overthinking is to rewire your subconscious mind so that all of your experiences, and this sounds like a pretty big undertaking the way I'm saying it, all of your experiences that shaped the lens of your anterior cingulate cortex actually have a positive emotional impact instead of a discordant one. So the emotions like fear and loneliness and humiliation, grief, all of those things are filtering your current and future experiences and decisions. And that will impact your ability to achieve the goals that you have in life, because duh, like you aren't in realism. You're not in the neutral middle of the spectrum. You're on one of the extremes, skepticism / overthinking. I do this with several different methods. My background is diagnostics, research and development, as well as clinical dietetics, and I'm a published biomedical researcher. I also co-developed the world's first advanced self-muscle testing methodology discernment framework, and I use advanced self-muscle testing to go in and rewire the nervous system as well as the subconscious mind. They're actually two different things. A lot of muscle testers don't really understand that point, but they're two different things, and you use two different methods for it. I don't know how to share links on here yet. I'm new to TikTok. If you follow me on Instagram, same name over there, elizabeth.a.clark.ms, you can get some of my links. You can watch my videos, comment words, and get the links. And if somebody here knows how to get my TikTok up and running as smoothly as my Instagram, please let me know in the comments or reach out to me in private message. Love you. Mean it.